Ever get curious about what it's really like in that world of competitive dance?
Oh, yeah.
We're going way past like the glitter and the big smiles. We're trying to get a peek at the stuff most people never even think about. And we're using this website, the Uncensored Dance Mom, as kind of our guide.
Interesting. I haven't heard of that one.
They're trying to be like the therapist, best friend, meme queen all in one for those dance moms, you know?
Right, right. This whole world.
It's like Dance Moms, the show, but online and maybe a little less intense. I don't know.
Probably for the best.
Right. So one thing that jumped out at me, they kept going on about this whole supportive, toxicity-free zone thing.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking, well, duh, who wouldn't want that?
of course.
But it kind of makes you wonder, is that something you really got to hunt down in the dance world? Or do people just assume it's a given?
That's a really good question. I mean, ideally, every environment for young people should be supportive. But the Uncensored Dance Mom, they're kind of highlighting this potential gap, between how competitive dance is supposed to be and what actually goes down.
Yeah, and I guess before you even think about the trophies and all that, you got to figure out if the studio's got the right vibe.
Definitely.
Oh.
The social side of things, it can make or break a young dancer's experience, totally.
And this is where it gets interesting. They use this phrase, hidden struggles,
Ooh, okay.
like what's going on beneath the surface that we're not seeing.
Makes you wonder.
It does. So what are some of those pressures that these young dancers face that maybe aren't obvious from the outside?
Well, you've got this constant pressure to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
Like always striving for that next level. And the practice schedule, intense, relentless almost.
Yeah.
Plus, you've got young dancers competing against each other, and that can get, complicated.
And then there's the whole body image thing.
Huge.
They mention that a lot.
Can't underestimate that pressure to look a certain way, to maintain a certain physique for dance.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough on anyone, let alone a young person still figuring things out.
It's like we see the perfect bun, the costume, all that sparkle, but we forget there's a kid under there dealing with real complex stuff.
Yeah.
And the parents, right there with them through it all, hence dance moms.
The dance mom phenomenon is real.
It is. So what do they say about the parents' role in all of this?
The Uncensored Dance Mom. They seem to be pushing for parents to be more hands-on, not just cheering from the sidelines, but really advocating for their kid.
Interesting.
They even talk about building your network, finding your dance mom soulmates. It's like this whole support system thing, not just to deal with the dance world, but the emotional roller coaster that comes with it.
It's like they're saying, look, get ready for drama. You're going to face some tough calls. So you better have backup.
Exactly. And that's why finding a studio where people actually talk to each other is so important. Teachers, parents, the dancers themselves, everyone needs to feel like they can speak up.
Yeah.
And having clear rules, guidelines, especially for competitions, so it's healthy. That's huge.
So we're not just talking about technique. We're talking about respect.
Totally. That's how you create that supportive, toxicity-free zone.
Yeah.
It's more than just a catchy phrase.
It really makes you think, huh? You walk in thinking it's all pirouettes and costumes, but maybe the relationships inside that studio matter even more.
Absolutely. It's like the Uncensored Dance Mom is saying, hey, look beyond the surface, beyond the trophies and the recitals. There's a whole lot more to it.
So anyone out there thinking about competitive dance for themselves or their kid, this website's a good reminder to, ask those tough questions up front.
Right.
Definitely.
What's the studio's whole deal with competition? How do they handle pressure when things get tough? What kind of support do they actually offer? Not just to the dancers, but the families too.
Because in the end, you want kids to love dance, right?
For sure. That should be the goal.
Not just crank out winners, but good people too.
Yeah, well-rounded people.
Well said. It really makes you wonder, maybe the best dance studio isn't the one with the most awards,
Oh, interesting.
but the one that really gets how to help a dancer grow.
I like that.
Makes you think, right?
It really does.